Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Rottumer Island by Marnux Mapping. 170.55 megabytes download with 8 required mods which download automatically. I'm on my quest to catch up with all the maps that dropped last week from Giants. And here's the curious thing about this. I came on here, I was part way through doing my prep, and I got a direct message on Discord from none other than Marnux from Marnux Mapping to let me know that the map was out. It was on console, so I messaged him to let him know I'd been away, but I was on it, and I've just been chatting to him. What are the odds? The timing was absolutely perfect. What I will say is, going around the map, I did tell him this in the message. I messaged him and said he has a knack for that realism, that immersion. As we're driving around, there are some beautiful parts. Again, this is one of those ones I could have taken 50 thumbnails. Just incredible. Very, very cool indeed. Anyway, I need to get on. No custom crops. Contracts are available. We'll talk about slot count in a moment, but let's have a look at the map. So, this is what the map looks like. I'm on New Farmer. As you can see, I've put some money in. I've put some money in for a very good reason, because there are lots and lots and lots and lots of plots around here which are going to need to be purchased. But on New Farmer, what do we start with? Well, there are verges, the periphery and inside areas and stuff on this map are free. I was saying so in the last map tour about this. If we go across to our farmland, you see a lot of that has gone green. If I click on this bit out here, that says farmland 1, value 0. And that's quite a big chunk of the map that we get on New Farmer. Anyway, but on Farm Manager, start from scratch, of course. If it's 0, you can pick that up anyway. So for adding in things like signposts and whatever you want to do, let's say, you do have that available. But we also start with, on New Farmer, the farm here. So on plot 59, we've got the farm, which is 2 sides of the road. We start with these fields here as well. We also start with, up this part of the map, we start with this plot here, which is plot 25, which has the secondary part of the farm on it. And again, farm management start from scratch, you won't have those. I might as well talk about slot count now. Slot count on New Farm is 1,448. On farm management start from scratch is 1,286. The difference being you don't start with any equipment or machinery on farm management start from scratch. You can remove buildings and bits and bobs from all around the map, which will get the slot count down. I didn't do that because there's quite a lot of them, but you can get the slot count lower than 1,286 if you want to. What I'm going to do now is just go around and show you as we're doing this. So when we get to each of these plots, I'm not going to be saying the plot numbers and stuff like that. I'll show you them as we do this now. So starting off, plot 95, I'm going to purchase. So we'll do that. Prices aren't too bad. I'm going to do this plot here, plot 65, buy that one. As you can see, we've got icons and stuff appearing as we go around. I'm going to do this plot here, plot 93, which does that. We're going to come across, we're going to do this plot here, farmland 10. We're going to do this one here, 96. We're going to come down, that's got a windmill on. That one we'll get to later on. That's like a contractor's yard. We'll pick that one up. This one here is split across the road. So this is farmland 36. By that, all those come up. If we come up to here, we own that one already. This one can be purchased, and we're going to do that. That's got a spinnery on it already, but it does have sheep, and a lot of these ones that have got animal pens have got animals in them already. This plot I won't buy. These are forestry plots. That has got a sawmill on it. No other triggers on there. If we come down to here, we've got this one here. Plot 88, we buy that. Some more stuff on it. And then I think that might be it. That's a placeables point. We'll drive past that on the way in. We'll see that as we go. Vehicle shop. I think that's it. There's another little forestry bit over here. But I think that's all the plots that, say, you don't need to purchase them. You can purchase them if you want to. But those are the ones that will have various different triggers and things on them. So, we start here, out on the docks. We've got dock sell points. So we've got a sell point here, and we've got a sell point around the side. One is for grains, one is for your palleted type things, just here. And then we've got a lime station just there at the back. We do start with the Kojak. Now, when I said about you start with no vehicles, equipment, and machinery, in all 3 game modes you do have the Skoda. So you will start with that regardless, so apologies if I misled you. You will start with this in all 3 game modes. But the level of detail is brilliant. Now this is this is fictitious, but it's based in the Netherlands. It's the concept being is reclaimed land, reclaimed for dairy, and and over time other productions and companies have moved into the area. This is your flood barrier, flood protection. And I think the big wooden section is just there that would slot into place there to help with flood protection. Placeables area just there to our left. We've got a little bit of mist. I've skipped ahead to just gone 9 o'clock so we can get our subsidy signs doing their thing. But it's like all the details. Like, I can't say enough good things about this. It has a really, really lovely feel to it. Very cool. So, actually, we've done build mode, have we? I do apologise. There are no collectibles on this map. If we go into build mode, the only thing added in over and above the required mods is the biogas plant just there, Rottumer Island. That's got some extra bits and bobs on it, which we'll get to later on as we go round. I think that was it. All the other productions and factories and stuff are all base game things. So when I say, bakery, carpentry, as I'm going to now, carpentry to our left-hand side just there. We've got grain mill just there. The windmill that we get to later on is a required mod, so that is a modded one. There are some changes to that. That first plot of land we purchased, I'm going to turn down. The route I'm going to take is very strange because I've tried to take it. Look at the reflections on the water. I think there's enough colour with all the flowers and stuff, but the bulrushes and everything, brilliant. So just here, sheep pasture out here. This one, 20 out of 218 on the pasture that runs up the embankment, but runs all the way out there. Very cool. As you can see, we've already got some wool underway. They are eating the meadow grass, so I wouldn't have to worry about feeding them straight away if I didn't want to. Yes, there might be a little bit of backwards and forwards, but I'll try as best I can, if I can remember the route myself, of course, to show you where we are and where we've been. Really great features. When I was doing my prep, I took the wrong route a couple of times, and the route I took was lovely, lovely and picturesque. Marnux messaged me to say he walks and cycles a lot and tries to remember places he's been and adds them into his maps. Stunning. So this plot here we purchased sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger, barn and shed space. We have got a horse pen here. We have 5? Was it 5 out of 16? I'm trying to remember now. I did write it down. Yes, 5 out of 16 in the pen already. I know I've mentioned this many times before. Haha. If you're on console, 5 horses is a fair amount to be exercising daily. But then, to be fair, if I spent on the map I'm on at the moment, on Prairie Farm, Michigan, if I spent an hour doing a cultivating job, it wouldn't take me an hour to exercise 5 horses. So I guess it depends what your poison is, what you like to do, Continuing west, and you said east then? Nope. Continuing west, and then we're going to turn just down here. That is, that's part of the verges. I'm just looking at it thinking, that wasn't a farm, was it? No, it's not. So, just in here, so this is part of our start farm, or one of the parts of the start farm. So right there, bale and pallet storage, 250 items. We drive through the silage clamp, of which you can see we have one, just here. We have cows at 70, I want to say, it was 70. There are some at 70 and some at 140. Let's back up a little bit. There we go, 70. And then just round past this building here, we've got 2 large tarp greenhouses. Again, on New Farmer, you start with this plot of land, so you do start with these. And then other plots as we've purchased, there are other ones. Not, did I say tarp? Sorry. Large tarp. Large glass greenhouses are just here. Maybe it's the other ones further around that were tarp greenhouses. There's a lot going on here. This is one of those ones, if you blink, you miss a plot of land, and I'm trying to avoid missing stuff. I do like all the cobbled effects. It's blended so well, and as well, there's nothing clunky about it at all. Silage clamps just aside there. Sleep and wardrobe trigger at the house just there. Fuel point. Actually, we'll open the barns because obviously this is one of the start farms, so we've got some equipment and machinery in some of these buildings, as you can see here. Massey, grasswork equipment, fertiliser spreader. I will walk around. Roller for the silage clamps. Forage wagon, front loaded gear, slurry spreader, windrow and trailer just here, manure heap, and then cow barn just around the side here. This one, was this the one that was 140? No, this was 70 as well. Come round the back of here, round the back of this shed. We'll get to that in just a moment, because tucked away in here. Let's open that. Here we go. Another Massey in here with the front loader gear. This is, I mean, it's like I say, it's so picturesque. What a lovely feel to it. So I mean, like every position you go to, you think, oh, that'll make a nice thumbnail. There you go. There's our sleeping wardrobe trigger here. So now this would have depending on which way around I went around the map. Like I say, this is the first part of the start farm we are coming to. What we're going to do now is where are we going to head? South, then further west. I think. Yes. I'm sure by the end of it we will have taken in everything. Hang on a minute. Did I do... No, I didn't. I was going to do a cheeky route round and then realise, because we've got a lot of ditches, and we've got a lot of ditches with water in as well. Hang on a minute. Oh no, that's just a grass field, isn't it? We already own that. Just thinking, was that an animal pen? No, it wasn't. Oh, dearie me. Right. I'm glad we start off with this. It makes life easier going around the map with the potential of 111 miles an hour rather than 30 miles an hour or 24, or depending on what tractor we've got. Look at the waterways, little footpaths. So much cool stuff. So we're going to turn up here. Can go up the outside if we want to, but whoa, overshot that somewhat. Where there's blame, there's a claim. Oh, except that was me. We've got the soup restaurant just here. So if soup's your thing and you fancy going out and dining on soup, see, good soup just here. So sell point, and again, lovely picturesque place to go. Oops, whoops. sorry, do apologise. All right, north. I'm just going to keep going. Oh, isn't it lovely? So, we're going to take a quick run to the right, then back left again. So there was a little bit of backwards and forwards. I think this was the farmer's market. Look how nicely this is made. Careful of those. They're not very sharp speed bumps, but at speed you can actually get airborne, so just be careful. Farmer's market sell point just here. Of course I'm going the wrong way around it. Wouldn't be a MrSealyp map tour if I didn't go the wrong way at some point. Right, back along here now. I went right out on the road. I'm going to take a punt here and see... This is probably... Whoa, slow down. Whether or not I can get away with this. Again, I just thought I'd take a slightly different route. This forest to the left is purchasable, of course. Up round the side of the lake. Oh yeah, we might be alright. Yes, golden, right. I was going to go around the roadway, but this has worked out perfectly. So, this plot here we purchased, this is the one that's got the tarp greenhouses. This is what I was thinking of. So this plot up here, farmhouse, sleeping wardrobe trigger, 3 tarp greenhouses up here. This was right up, tucked away up here. What plot was this? 93. So we've come from here up to this junction and out across there, down to the sheep pasture there, out here to the horses, along here to the start farm with our glass greenhouses just there, down and around the bottom up past the soup restaurant, sorry, here. Soup restaurant, up to here to the farmer's market, up along, that's I went out along around the road, but I've come up through this way here to this farmland is where we are currently with our 3 greenhouses. Like I say, most of these, actually I'm going to double check that. Let's see, I don't see why. Yeah, so we can remove them if we want to. And like I said, because there are so many plots, I didn't go around the map removing every building, but you would be able to get the slot count lower if you wanted to. Now, Which route do I want to go? So this is where I went wrong when I was doing my prep. It's funny because I was looking at the map and certain bits that look like roads, when you actually get to them, are either waterways or ditches. And of course, I found a road and then realised I was the wrong side of a waterway for where I needed to go. But it was a beautiful drive. I need the first turning on the left. The next turning after the waterway was the wrong one. So I want this one here. But what I will show you, I know I say, for some reason it infuriates people. I don't know why. I'm going to throw the drone up. I know it's not a drone, it's the landscaping tool. But I went past here and took this road. And this track here is brilliant. You've got a little sort of culvert, concrete crossing here. Come a bit further along. Got this beautiful little ford. I love the fact they're all different as well. Little ford here. Then there's a little bridge a bit further along. And every single bit of this looks absolutely glorious. But this is where I was heading to, and like I say, you can see all these different waterways, and I couldn't quite get to it and still maintain the route I wanted to take. We get to see some of the landscape as we go around. So this was a slightly larger plot with a slightly larger farm area on it. We've got a few silage clamps. Most of the farms are cows, because it does say about it being reclaimed for dairy. So silage clamps, we do have wind turbine on this plot here. So silage clamps here. Round to the left here we have got bale and pallet storage, 250 items, just there. We then have around here, I'm going to get to one said 140, I think this might be it. Come on, fingers crossed this is it. Cow barn, come on, 140, there we go. Sleep and wardrobe trigger, just over here at the farmhouse. And then we've got fuel point just there and some shed space in here. So we've come along and we're at this point here. This was plot 10. Again, like I say, the prices aren't that bad. I didn't talk about field prices. I mean, they're not massive fields, and even the larger ones there, 327, field prices aren't crazy. And it's no different to like the English maps, anything with small fields, and people tend to shy away from, again, depending on what your flavour is. The Dutch maps, because of the ditches, and people don't always like that. If you're more into your big fields, American, Canadian style thing, and big machinery and equipment, this is probably not going to be the sort of map you might want to play on. That being said, I mean, I know I say it over and over again, hundreds and hundreds of map tours. I've done my fair share of Dutch maps as map tours, and then they're very much like, I find, like the Polish maps and map tours, really, really lovely looking maps. And I did start a Let's Play with Silly G way back, didn't I, on one of the Dutch maps. And I'm not going to lie, this one's kind of, you know, I feel hooked a little bit on this, because it is very nice. And it'll be something a bit different. I was thinking, going from Prairie Farm, Michigan, I was going to maybe do an English map, but I really do like the feel of this one. Give me a chance to use some different equipment and machinery. So, this field here we purchased, and this is a pasture, not a farm, because next door to that building is the biomass heating plant. Biomass heating plant is there already anyway, but we purchased the little plot next to it. So that has already got some in, as you can see. Can't remember how many it was, I didn't write it down. That was remiss of me. 10 out of 58. Just here. So we are heading now to, oh yeah, down to the windmill. I think, because I'm not going to lie, at the point of recording this, I've already done a thumbnail. And I did that from one of Marnux's screenshots. And then I got to this point down here with the windmill and thought, no, I'm changing it. I took a couple of images down here, and I've yet to make that thumbnail. But this was one of those kind of, I could sit all day long. Little chair under a tree, picnic. I'll be happy as Larry. Look at this. Look at that. Is that not just... Well, you've already seen the thumbnail, like I say. I haven't made it yet, but... So this is the windmill. This is one of the required mods. Isn't it gorgeous? I know I'm banging on about it, but, you know. So this one here, should you wish to purchase it, the windmill. So this one here, we've got some extra flour types. So we can do canola. We've got corn flour, soybean flour, but we can also do sugar from sugar beet cut, sugar cane if we want to. And then we've got some sunflower flour and wheat flour. So sugar as well as flour, but extra flour types in here at the windmill, as well as just being a lovely place to come. Now, I'm trying to remember the route I took. I think it was back up and then the next right, which takes us to the second part of our start farm on New Farmer, which was, what's it, plot 25, did I say? I think it was plot 25. And then we've got that spinnery, which is just to the south of it, which has got the sheep on it. Yes, I am in the right place. Where I am tallies up with my notes. That's always a good thing. So, we're going to turn into the yard, just here. So this has got equipment and machinery, but again, only on New Farmer. What I'm going to do is turn around in the yard just here, because we're going to walk around the rest of it. Sleeping wardrobe trigger around the front of the building here, just down there. Barn space here. Now what I will say, I encountered one tiny problem. It is a tiny problem. Farmer 500 silo. Was it 500? It was 400. Farmer 400 silo. Standard crop types 400,000 litre. Fertiliser and lime spreader, trailer, and we've got some bags of, was it solid fertiliser? It was, because I think around this side here, did we have, I'm sure we had some herbicide somewhere. We have got a fuel tank here. However, the point at the end here, which allows you to fill up the fuel tank, as soon as you get too close to the shed, it says turn on shed lights, look, top left. And if I come around to this trigger, it doesn't give me the option to refill it. I thought, well, that's not the end of the world, because, you know, you can sell the tank and then just move it over a little bit till that trigger becomes viable. The problem is, it's sat on this lovely pad, which has been made perfectly to fit on here. Yeah, it's a tiny thing. It's the only thing I found that there was a bit like, oh no! Anyway, yeah, minor thing. If we come into the shed here, we've got Deutz in here, workshop, trigger just there, and then the rest of the farm's equipment and machinery. All in here, weeders and sprayers and planters and seeders, there we go. Pallets of seed, I'm sure we had some herbicide, there we go. Herbicide just here. Harvester, header and header trailer, and a Steyr tractor just there. If we come out of the building from this door, we should be, look, see. Sometimes I'm really good at this. Well, not always, but sometimes. So again, so this is the spinnery. Like I say, this was already here. We purchased this plot of land, which then has the sheep pen on. Now the sheep obviously are already here, but when you buy it, then you own those sheep. So sheep pen, pasture. Again, just move over to animal dialer box. 20 out of 173 here. We've already got some wool spawning because they've got the meadow grass again. Exactly. Oh, I miss doing lambing. I had such a good week last week. Trouble is, I'm on that thing now where I think every time I do a let's play now, I'm just going to do sheep. I really did enjoy doing that. So from here, we're going to go out to the end. Because to our right, we have got the soup factory. I want to say, there you go, soup factory just here. This was the plot I said if we go straight across the road, be careful. This has got some forestry. This has got the sawmill on it. It's not, you know, sort of more like plantation forestry, but some tall trees, a few of them. And once you've cleared them all, you can always replant if you want to. But if you want to do a little bit of forestry, we have got a sawmill just here. Mind the trees as we go round. Absolutely perfect. There you go. There's your sawmill. From here then, we will be heading south. Down the eastern side of the map, we've just gone past the soup factory, just there. So we're going to head down here to this plot, which is the biogas plant plot, which was 486. So a bit more expensive, but we get the biogas plant on that, which is quite cool. There's another fuel tank there, and what was on the other side? Oh, the debris crusher, yeah. So we're going to head down there. It's a kind of, we're doing a kind of spiral route round the map. Traffic is quite light around the outskirts. It's a little bit busier in towards the centre of the map, but not horrendously so. Just a nice kind of rural type area. So, coming up, biogas plant. Whoa, brakes on this are good. So, storage space, silage clamps to our left, fuel point. Just here is the biogas plant, and this is slightly different. I probably saw. Did I show it from the earlier menu? I think I did. But anyway, we got manure, silage, slurry, and then we got sugar beet cut, which is normal. But this one will do straw and sugar beet as well as recipes on here. So we've got some extra things added in. It's still digestate. It's the byproduct going out, and storage. It's pretty good, you know. So if you're going to be making your digestate was the word, it's got it written right there. Some extra things we can do, and then the debris crusher was round the side, round the back, just here. There you go. Debris crusher. That's your biogas plant. From here, we're going to go straight across the road and along that road there. Come up on our left, we've got the animal dealer and animal dealer sell point, so bale sell point is just in there. Over the bridge. To our right hand side, gas station. Left hand side, dairy. Didn't need that turning, did I? Let me just check the map. Yes, I did. That's the turning we need. Gas station and dairy turn. I'm looking thinking, I'm sure I didn't need to. Yes, I need to turn here. So that plot, I said, was it plot 36, which was a farm plot, and I said it was split across the road. So the northern part of it, the northeastern and the sort of southwestern part of it. First part of it is just here. Sleep and wardrobe trigger at the front and side of the house there. We come up the side of the house, just there. Bale and pallet storage, 250. Shed space, silage clamps, cow barn, fuel point, a manure heap, just here. This was, I think, was it the front? Our trigger? It was, wasn't it? Of course it was. This is 70, and the one across the other side of the road is 70 as well. There's some more shed space. This is all part of the same plot when you purchase it. There we go. For our cow barns. So just over here. There we go. More silage clamps, another cow barn for 70, and shed at the back there. So we are at this plot, and so if I click on that, you'll see both of those there. That's all part of the same plot. So, what was next? Oh yeah. We have got our bakery to our left, just there. Across the crossing, we've got the restaurant sell point, just there. And then that plot I said right at the beginning, which was like a contractor's yard with the fuel point, and that's tucked away around the back just here. Shed and storage space just there. Fuel point just inside the shed, and another shed there. And then round behind that, there's a kind of placeables point for, again, anything you want to put on there. Whether it be more productions, something regarding or related to, if you want to have a contractor's yard, or you might want to remove the buildings and put something else on it entirely. That is entirely up to you. And across the road from here, which is literally just here, we've got the vehicle shop and workshop. Workshop trigger is around the back of the building just here. Vehicle shop trigger is around the front. And this is the reset point for the map as well, here at the main vehicle shop. Just there. And then, if I've done my job right, we turn down this road here. Next crossroads is where we came in from the harbour. There you go. And there's the carpentry where we started out. Back out through the flood defence, and that is the map. That is Rottumer Island by Marnux Mapping. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, thanks for watching.